All right, let's consider sex dynamics in the modern environment and consider the ideal versus the reality of some things between the dynamics and what's stated and unstated. So, the reality is like the masculine is the nonstick pan. This is the ideal, right? It can still receive warmth, it can still give warmth, but it's not sticky. It's not stuck to the feminine, right? Um, it has a lot to do with hypergamy, being that she does not want you dependent or focused on us or on her, right? Just like the moon doesn't want to have be the strict focus, right, of the sun's energy, right? It wants to reflect it to an extent. It wants to serve. She wants a man to be focused on his mission, and his family to an extent. Or she's closer to the family, right? She's like the moon, like rotating around the earth. And she actually does not want you to be stuck to her, right? Again, she wants to be like look up to you, admire you, and she does want you to have some, affection and love, obviously, but again, there's something that she doesn't want, like the stickiness of the masculine is a reminder of it's an indicator to her, which she does not know, that you still have boy energy wanting the mother, and that's what it feels like to her, how he could be the sticky pan, right? This is repulsive. This is the nice guy, to an extent. And, she likes the bad boy because of his non-stick nature, but he also doesn't care about her. So that is the paradox. He's a non-stick pan that could never get hot and have that heat exchange, right? Okay, so let's consider. So if she wants a non-stick pan man, by analogy, right? What do you mean? And again, she'll never admit it because she doesn't realize it. She just knows it when she feels it. Who do you have to be to attract that, right? This is how he wants her to be, right? He actually wants her to be clingy. Clinginess is a good thing, from masculine attraction. It means that your kundalini, right, your sexual energy, your attention is not fractured, and you can stick, right? So we actually want a sticky feminine. A feminine who isn't sticky has been through a lot of breakups, a lot of heartbreak, right? And so their capacity to bond is not there. And it's not that they're non-stick pans as the mature masculine is. It looks like that energetically, right? It is fuzzed up Velcro, right? What does it happen? It's non-sticky, right? Just as they're terrified of this, women are terrified of this, the old nice guy syndrome. Men are terrified of the clogged up Velcro syndrome, right? The high mileage female. And that's where the problem exists today, right? This is what social media and dating apps and the kind of hookup culture get us, is these two dynamics. So you have some non-stick men at the top that are just indifferent and then create a bunch of these high fuzzed up Velcro women. You have a bunch of just starved men, right? Energetically, just they don't have a lot of access to women up to 30 years old, and so, and also a lot of them haven't been through masculine evocation, And so they're still clinging to their mom, or they're looking to replace their mom, or like they're looking to treat their women like a man, right? They're like a friend almost, like a partner, 50-50 partner. At the end of the day, she's looking for leadership. He's looking for innocence, right? The capacity to be molded. And together this works. This energy works. This energy breaks down. The problem is modernity creates a bunch of these and a bunch of these. And that's where the problem is. So how do you subvert that? You know, if you're a woman, you have to be conscious about your reduced clinginess. You have to pick this, like go through the process. Like that is actually healing, is picking up the lint, consolidating your kundalini, right? Bringing your expectations down to reality. Grieving for your choices. If you have come to this point where you cannot stick to a mature masculine. Forgiving your father, grieving your father, feeling the pain, like going back into that, all that inner work, not serial dating, not distractions, but inner work, can get you closer to where you were. And a masculine has to be hardened, right, through the fire, in order to become that Teflon, right? Teflon that can still transfer heat and does not obsessively create this out of whatever impulse, but is also non-stick, to be that paradox, to be able to transfer heat and receive heat, right? You're still in touch with your heart, but to be also be a killer, to also be not clinging to the feminine, and you're only seeking to contain. What does this pan do? It contains, it transmutes, right? It turns food and heats it up, makes it edible, cleanses the bacteria. I mean, there's a synergy there, without burning the feminine and without letting the feminine screw up his non-stick masculine, right? The feminine food, so to speak, when it interacts with the pan, it wants to actually trigger chaos, right? The stickiness, but she'll also be mad that you stuck to her at the same time. So, don't be moved off your frame. That's your job, is to hold frame and hold the pan, hold the non-stick coating, be able to transfer heat. That takes work. That takes achieving your value. This takes protecting your value. And we all know the dark side of the dark outcomes. Thanks for listening.